Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry about the awkward pause for a month. I got distracted being uh trying to find stuff and being a little lazy, so more sort of, and I've been trying to fill out applications for different jobs around the area. So yeah, and I guess we can talk about something. And I remember for a while I used to for quite a while. I haven't been doing it yet lately, but I've been going to the local library and I've been reading some stuff because maybe someday I might want to write a book. Yeah, I want to be kind of like that kind of person, a novelist or something, or maybe a short story writer. So yeah, and the last book I read there was the last book I read was a classic book. Sorry about that. It was a bit of a modernist book. What that is, it's a type of trend back in the early 1920s and stuff like that. Usually that had its peak in the 20s. What it is, it's basically a literary fiction, a genre of literary fiction where it's like they experimented with other forms of writing instead of which experiment outside the traditional modes of writing, basically. Like for example, James Joyce's Ulysses is one, but the one I was reading was didn't have Ulysses at the bookshop, no, the library. And the book they had was The Sound and the Fury, and I was reading it. I and if you're those wondering how many chapters is it? It's not that it's pretty. It's like 300 pages, but there's only like four chapters in the whole damn book. They're pretty long narrative chapters. And I made it. I made it. I only read the first two chapters out of four, so I'm only halfway done with it. And all I know is it's basically each chapter is named after a specific date and year. That what that means is the whole chapter takes place in a span of one day. And for example, what I've heard is it's hard to describe what the hell's going on in that book. I just gotta say, I remember part of the first chapter, which is narrated by the mentally challenged the guy, Benji. If you're wondering, he's mentally challenged, or mentally handicapped, or whatever. And throughout the narrative, he's like going back and forth between the past and the present. It's like you're not gonna know what the heck he's talking about. Like for example, like there was one, even though there'll be at one point it'll be like 1928 and he's narrating something that happened like almost to some like few years back. It's weird. And one thing that always perplexes me about him, about that character, is in his book, in his chapter section he's in, he does not say a single word. He doesn't just say a word at all. Yeah. Anyways, there was other books that I was reading one time. Like I was reading this book called Wizard's First Rule, which is a book which is actually the first installment in a series, a fantasy series. And if you know what that is, if you've seen like other people talk about it, it's I heard it's not a good book. The whole series isn't good. The series is called The Sword of Truth. And for those who are wondering what The Sword of Truth is, to, I can't summarize it because I hardly read I only read like the first half of the book one, but I just gotta say, it's basically 11 the book series is about 11 books long. There are more books, but they're considered more like spin-offs and sub-series of the same and set in the same universe. So the main storyline's like 11 books long. So yeah. And I do know the book The Wizards for Sure stole some plot points from different authors. Like for example, they stole he stole the Gollum trope and just renamed them Samuel. Um, Sorry about that. Sorry, I got interrupted by Stacy. She was wondering what all that noise was about, and I'm like, I'm just recording a video. So yeah, I'm just recording something. Just talking to the viewers. Okay. Anyways, uh, and also I think at one point they pulled Star Wars. So yeah, and I want to. I always, lately I've been interested in books lately. Even though I heard, even though I only read like a few books like before, like heck, I read Animal Farm in high school, and that was one of my favorite books by in that grade. So yeah, I don't know what to say next. I guess that's it for now. So see ya, peace.